5 awesome megastructures that have been delayed. Investing in a mega project is a surefire way to boost your local economy and drastically improve the lives of the people in a specific area. Not only do they provide tons of job opportunities, megastructures like dams and power stations can cause an explosive rise in local industries, tourism, and the formation of new industries, businesses, and towns. However, getting a big project from the proposal stage to the ribbon cutting is no small feat. It takes billions of taxpayer money and manpower. And that's not to mention other factors like inflation, politics, and environmental law. In this video, we'll be looking at 5 promising mega projects that started fine but have shot well past their completion dates because of one or more factors. Navi Mumbai International Airport. No project has been delayed longer than the Navi Mumbai International Airport. The project was proposed back in 1997 to support Mumbai's sole international airport, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, which was quickly reaching its maximum capacity of 55 million per annum. The Navi Mumbai International Airport, now formerly known as the B. Patil International Airport, was supposed to serve parallel to the existing airport and was to be constructed in 4 phases. The first was supposed to handle 25 million per annum, and as construction progressed, it was projected to reach a limit of 95 million. In the planning phase, the project was also supposed to be connected to major infrastructure like the metro line, major highways, and real estate development projects. All in all, the airport was poised to breathe life into New Mumbai and India as a whole. CIDCO, Community and Industrial Development Corporation, the initial contractor for the project, did not get approval from the Maharashtra government until late 2008. They entered into a public-private partnership with the government and were delayed another 2 years awaiting clearance from the Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change. Another 7 years went away in a flash, receiving requests for qualification from global bidders, submitting reports to the government, and reapplying for clearances. The biggest opposition they faced, however, was from the villagers living around the proposed site. Umay Hill had to be flattened, and the marsh dug up before construction could begin. The company had to enter a lengthy negotiation with the locals and protesters and get them to relocate. While some locals did agree to the stipulations of CIDCO in August 2017, they never stopped protesting. The foundational plaque for the project was unveiled in February 2018, and the Zaha Hadid architects began work on the airport design in March 2018. Construction was set to begin in 2019. But between the locals refusing the relocate and the COVID-19 pandemic, the construction did not officially start until August 2021, after CIDCO sold the majority of their ownership of the project to the Adani Group. The first phase of the airport is supposed to be finished by December 2024, with the rest of the airport to follow soon after. After 30 years of planning and battling with local laws, protesters, and bureaucracy, the estimated cost of the project ballooned from $692 million to $2.1 billion. With the current economic climate, that figure is certain to climb up considerably over the next few years. Yet, there is still hope for the Navi Mumbai Airport. While it has a long and rich history, it is only in its 2nd year of construction. Compared to other mega projects we have on record, the long-contested airport seems mild in comparison. Stuttgart 21. Announced in April 1994, the Stuttgart 21 Railway is an urban development project in Stuttgart, Germany. Upon completion, the railway system should transform trade, transportation, and real estate in the city of Stuttgart and the whole of Germany by extension. It is an integral part of Stuttgart-Augsburg's new and upgraded railway project, enabling faster trade across Europe. Stuttgart 21 is Germany's biggest transportation project by far, and the tracks are set to run under the city and lay down up to 35 miles of new railway lines. Construction did not begin until February 2010, and by then the estimated costs dwarfed the initial quote of €2.5 billion. By 2009, the cost grew to over €4.5 billion and €6.5 billion in 2013. Despite the promise of economic development, reform, and the growth of local industry, The people of Stuttgart were not excited about Stuttgart 21. The project displaced several thousand sand lizards, which were an endangered species, and they had to be transported and rehabilitated. This endeavor cost the city around 15 million euro, pricing around 2,000 to 4,000 euro for each lizard. The exorbitant cost of construction and preserving the century-old Stuttgart station were also great motivations. The Green Party worked alongside environmental organizations to protest the construction of the tunnels, as well as fight for other local treasures like parks that might be ripped up during the construction of the project. As damning as both of these points are, they pale in comparison to the geological concerns scientists have about the mineral levels around Stuttgart. 3 years after the project was approved, specialists revealed that had they the information they had prior, the new station might never be approved. Construction of the tunnels can drastically affect the mineral composition of the land around the city and subsequently the water table. As of writing, the estimated completion date of the project has been shifted from 2021 to late 2025 at the earliest. The project is set to blow past the estimated budget of 9.15 billion due to the recent inflation and supply chain problems. 29 years since approval and 13 years of construction later, Stuttgart 21 has been in development longer than most people alive. Hinkley Point C. Approved in 2016, the Hinkley Point C nuclear power station is a $25 billion megaproject and the UK's first plant in decades. It is a 2-unit, 3,200 MWE EPR nuclear power station under construction in Somerset, England, that started construction back in 2017. The project was first announced in 2008 in a UK government white paper in a bid to support new generation nuclear power stations to make the country less dependent on Russia for oil and gas. When Hinkley and its partner Sizewell C are completed, they should contribute about 13% of the UK's gas. The project is headed up by EDP, a French energy company, and experienced its first major delay during the COVID-19 pandemic. During 2020 and 2021, they had to downsize their crew from around 5,000 workers to 1,500 to maintain social distancing, quarantining, testing, and other precautions. The loss of their supply chain made matters even worse. Stuart Crooks, the boss of Hinkley Point C, estimated that EDF will need another full year to complete construction. The cost of the construction has risen by over $3 billion. Barring another pandemic or major event, the Hinkley station should be finished by late 2027, and the United Kingdom will come one more step to running off green energy entirely. The Gulf Railway. The Gulf Railway Line is by far the most ambitious railway project in the Middle East and the least likely to reach completion given its unique circumstances. Gulf Railway Line, also known as GCC, is a proposed railway system that connects all the states in 6 Gulf Cooperation Council members in Eastern Arabia. Upon completion, the railway will have a total length of 2,177 kilometers, stretching through key cities in the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain. Approved back in 2009, at the 30th GCC Summit in Kuwait City, it was proposed because 5 of the 6 members of the council did not have any railway structure. A mega railway connecting all 6 territories had incalculable value, boosting tourism, real estate, investment, businesses, and of course, trade. The cost of the Monumental project came out to an estimated $250 billion, with each of the oil nations agreeing to construct their section of the Gulf Railway. They'll be responsible for contracting and constructing their own railway lines, branches, stations, and freight terminals. The initial launch date of the project was back in 2018, but since each country has to coordinate with 5 others, development has not been smooth, to say the least. The major fall in oil prices in 2014 to 2015 certainly did not help matters either. In a meeting in GCC in 2016, it was decided that the completion date be pushed back to 2021. By 2017, the Secretary of the Federation of the GCC Chambers, Abdul Rahim Al-Naqi, stated that Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Oman had made considerable progress in implementing the project. Kuwait was falling behind because of difficulties with acquiring farms and other private properties along the proposed route. However, all members of the council have expressed great financial strain in the face of the mega project. The current state of the Gulf Railway remains largely unknown. The Gulf Railway might be finished in the next decade or two, or never. Vogtle Nuclear Power Station. Named after the famous Alabama Power and Southern Company board member Alvin Vogtle, the Vogtle Power Plant is a 4-unit nuclear power plant located in Burke County, Georgia. The plant opened its doors in the 1980s and has been providing stable electric power to the United States with its 2 units of Westinghouse pressurized water reactor, electric steam turbine, and electric generator. Both units have a combined capacity of 2,430 megawatts of electricity. After over 2 decades of largely going unused, Units 3 and 4 were approved for development in March 2009. Construction started the very same year, with work for Unit 3 expected to be finished in 2016 and Unit 4 in 2017. Originally, Westinghouse was responsible for the comprehensive design of the reactor. When the AP1000 design was redone, construction halted pending the reapproval of the NCR. When the Fukushima global nuclear disaster occurred, all construction stopped once more. Many environmental and anti-nuclear groups sued to stop the expansion project in the name of public safety. In 2013, the project contractor, Shaw, was purchased by Chicago Bridge and Iron Company. On March 12, 2013, construction for Units 3 and 4 started in earnest. However, by 2017, Westinghouse filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. After losing 2 U.S. nuclear construction projects, they could barely stay afloat. Southern Nuclear took over construction from Westinghouse and continues to manage the day-to-day construction on the site. After several construction missteps, loans, and hard work, Units 3 and 4 were confirmed to be near completion, with their launch dates set somewhere from the 1st to the 4th quarter of 2023. Unit 3 went online on July 31, 2023, and Unit 4 is expected to follow shortly. After nearly 2 decades of development and $30 billion, the Vogtle Electric Generating Plant joins the American electric grid. Megastructures contain some of the best architecture, art, and engineering mankind has to offer. They can sometimes take generations to build, but they're all trailblazers, forging a bold new path of success, technology, and advancement. They all have the power to change our lives drastically. And these were 5 of the most compelling megastructure projects that have been delayed. What do you think of these projects? Let us know in the comments section.